Neal Schon wants Steve Perry to know he's still here. I'll tell you all about it coming right up. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, Gary Stuckey here. Welcome back to another episode of Steve Perry News. It's been a while, taking a little break and haven't had a whole lot of news to report. But today on Eddie Trunk's show, Trunk Nation on 106 volume on Sirius XM, satellite radio, Eddie Trunk interviewed Neal. I was on there a few weeks ago, it's been about a month ago I guess, talking about Journey when I called in for a question. Check that out on one of my videos. But I had mentioned some things about Journey, which Eddie didn't bring those things up, even though they're kind of hinted around at them. But you'll have to go listen to what I've been talking about. But the interview was really cool. Neal talked about Journey. They got a new album. They're working on new songs with Arnell, the new members of the band, Randy Jackson, Narada Michael Walden, of course, Jonathan Cain, and Arnell. But, excited about that. It's supposed to be out, the new single, probably at the end of July, he said, and going to do a new album. And they talked about different things, waited till probably toward the end to kind of talk about Steve, So I guess this is kind of like a Journey / Steve Perry video, I guess. But Eddie brought up, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And, how was that? And, of course, Neal says, it was a long time coming. He threw out that phrase again. There's that famous phrase used from Something to Hide, and also used from Steve Perry's song No Erasing. So he's throwing it out there for Steve, I guess. But they were talking about Steve, different things, and he just wanted people to know, he doesn't have any kind of secret motives about Steve. He just wants to have coffee. He wants to know, hey Steve, where's the coffee? We need to have it, But at one point he did say that, the door was open. He's been recording. So he kind of hinted around to Steve. He said, I'm still here, as if to say, we're still here, like the song says. But he wanted Steve to know. He was telling Eddie, I'm still here, in San Francisco, in that area. And, he's recording with Narada Michael Walden, the new drummer, somebody that Neal has been wanting Steve to work with ever since he mentioned it on the, Sammy Hagar's rock and roll road trip. He said he's still here and he's waiting. They'll be recording, so if he wants to stop in, have some coffee, or maybe they want to work on something, either way, And I think, regardless of what people say, some people think, Neal, that, whatever, he's selfish. I think he sincerely just wants him to be happy, and he knows they're friends. Of course, it's on the album cover of Traces with the guitar, with the dove on there. And Neal even said some things I've been saying. Sometimes when you got lawyers around and other people around, you have to say certain things. You can't mention everything. You can't say your true feelings sometimes, and he even used phrases like I said, higher ups tell you to do these things. So maybe in some interviews it sounds great, and then you read Rolling Stone and it sounds totally different. That's because different times maybe you're influenced to say certain things, or maybe they take it out of context. I don't know. But truth is, look on the album cover of Traces. There's a guitar. It's Neal's guitar with a dove on top. There's your sign, So I think there's hope for something there, and I do think there'll be some kind of coffee coming up for those guys at one point, and then they can go from there. And what's so cool is Journey is still doing music, Steve is still doing music, and I believe Steve is about to release something. I'm just saying, I think so. It's a good time for it, and just like Journey, they're working on stuff and about to release it. It would make everybody feel better in this time we're living in. So much going on, you know, the positive music would be a plus to listen to. But Neal says he's still here, you know, and I think, Steve, you know, if you're watching, go for it, you know. Stop by, have some coffee, and maybe they can, you know, record a song. They're still working in the studio to complete this album. You know, maybe that's the secret invitation, you know, and if not, just some coffee. I think there it is. I think that's the invitation right there. So, Steve, if you're watching, and everybody that's watching this video, just realize I believe Neal sincerely just wants to be friends and see what happens after that. And I'm excited about New Journey music and Steve Perry music. We'll be waiting to see what happens there. And until next time, everybody, whatever you do, don't stop believing. This is Gary Stuckey. God bless you.